As we speak, the West Bengal police are attempting to quell the protests by Paschim Bengal Chhatra Samaj, who demand justice for Devi and the resignation of West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. Water cannons, tear gas, and lathi charges are being used by the police to ensure there is no stir at the Chief Minister's office. Now, earlier, the Supreme Court had told the Mamata-led government not to let disturb protests, and it's a call that the West Bengal governor has echoed as well. 4,500 police officials, along with drones, are on the ground. Locations across Kolkata and Howrah are being guarded. The police have also put grease on the barricades to ensure the protesters cannot climb over them. These are dramatic visuals coming at this point from Kolkata and Howrah, which is, of course, a satellite town. Let me go introduce my guests. So joining me, Radhika Bhattacharya Shah, spokesperson of the BJP, Tausifur Rahman, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress, Meeta Chakrabarti, spokesperson of the Congress, and Dr. Rohan Krishnan, chairman of as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I would quickly like to take confirmation from my team as to whether we have Shreya Mondal live with us at the spot, so that we can go to Shreya as well. Shreya, what is the latest right now? We have been seeing dramatic visuals coming to us from Howrah at this point for the last several minutes now.
The Robindra Setu just under the bridge, and you can see how a massive barricade has been put up by police. Remember, these are steel barricades, tall barricades we are talking about now. These protesters gathered in College Square around 12 p.m. in the afternoon. After that, they have been marching to Nabanna. Now, these protesters, they're trying to go to Nabanna. This is the road that leads to Nabanna, and as we are getting the visuals, continuously tear gas is being passed. You can right now see that police is also with lathi charge the protesters. So continuous tear gas, water cannon, they're all being used at this point in time.
Okay. All right, Shreya. We'll continue to put your live visuals, which coming in from your camera unit on the screen, to bring our viewers a sense of the chaos that's unfolding, while we also get perspectives from my guest, Tausifur Rahman, spokesman of the Trinamool Congress. Mr. Rahman, both the Supreme Court and the High Court had made it very clear the might, and I think I'm quoting the Supreme Court here, that the might of the West Bengal state government machinery should not be used to quell a peaceful protest. Why is that advisory being blatantly flouted in the streets of Kolkata today?
Good afternoon to everyone. Ritangshu, you have to understand that absolutely the Supreme Court and the High Court has said that you cannot stop a peaceful protest, but the term peaceful has to be there. The term calm, and if you just want to protest for your rights, it's a democratic right and no one can stop you, but you have to understand as well that Nabanna is a place where you need prior permission. You cannot just walk inside a secretariat building and protest out. But you know, the whole thing depends. I mean, what is your intention? Is your intention to protest peacefully, and then no one can stop you, Ritangshu. But if you want to spread unrest, then of course the police and the law will take its course. You know, and absolutely you are right. I mean, if you are just protesting 1,000 people, lakh people, or crores and crores, no one can stop you. But there has to be certain responsibility as well. Like, who is this Chhatro Samaj? I mean, no one is known to them. Last night, the police did a press conference saying that someone has to take a responsibility if they want to protest to Nabanna, that who are these people? Because the left denies, the BJP denies, ABVP denies. They say that we are not involved. Then absolutely, because last time when something happened on the 14th of August, the Supreme
do you
Court,
remember
the High
the
Court,
protest that happened at India Gate in 2012? Tausif, do you remember the protests that happened after Nirbhaya in 2012 at India Gate? They were people who were not coming from any political background, and that was a protest. And the handling of it, many people believe, brought down the state government by Sheila Dikshit here. Why is the Trinamool Congress so upset that there are no clear political affiliations of a student body? Secondly, you mentioned it has to be peaceful. All so far I have seen, viewers have seen on the screen, are the protesters carrying the tricolor, and they're being met by lathi charges. They are being responded to by water cannons, and they're being responded to by tear gas shells. I do not see a single arm or a weapon right now on my screen on behalf of the protesters. They're just wielding the tricolor.
Absolutely, Ritangshu, you have your point, and you're absolutely right as well. But you know, at the same time, on the 14th of August, the Supreme Court and the High Court said, when a small mob, where it was counted as 7,000, so everyone said that Kolkata police is a failure. Didn't they any intelligence that something is going to happen. In this peaceful protest, some goons will enter. Now the same thing, the police has taken precaution. The police had some kind of intelligence. The people are coming from outside. They might carry arms and there might be a disturbance for the peaceful protesters. So this whole thing is the security who are coming as a peaceful protest. So I think it's a fair game. I mean, if you are going to have a peaceful protest, the police is going
So
to
you are
help
saying,
you
Tausif,
and support you at every step. I think it is fair. I don't see any
so you're saying, Tausif,
regress
that this is to
behavior. I
ensure that
don't
we
see
don't
any
see a
stern
repeat of
action.
what happened on 15th August. Okay. You're saying that this is to ensure the Kolkata police have learned from their mistakes and we don't see a repeat of what happened on 15th August. Radhika Bhattacharya and Meeta Chakrabarti representing BJP in Congress. I'll come to you first, Meeta Chakrabarti. Do you agree with that statement that last the Kolkata police was caught napping in face of a massive mob, and as a result they came under a lot of criticism? This time they have done the job and they are ensuring the protest does not go out of hand.
Good afternoon to all your viewers and to the fellow co-panelists as well. Well, first of all, as far as the case is concerned, the state government cannot run away from its responsibility. The law and order has been a state subject, and there has been clear losses when the investigation started. Starting from the fact that the fire got registered so late, to the communication made to the people, to the family members, and the list is very long. Without getting into that and into today's protest, now there had been speculation that this protest is being back managed by BJP supporters and BJP leaders. Indian National Congress has not been part of this protest, but it has been called under the banner of Paschim Bongo Chhatro Samaj, I guess, a student organization. And there had been 4 preventive acts done of 4 student leaders last night, claiming that police was fearing that these leaders can actually be on site and commit violence. Now, I do not know the basis of this intelligence report. I'm not an investigating agency. So Kolkata police surely had some reports that there could be violence in this protest and may not be peaceful, and they are possibly taking actions to ensure that there is no loss of life and there is no violence. But as far as I can see through media reports, there had been no violence till this point. I do not know whether there had been any plans or not. Whether Kolkata police, I think it's well within its right to take any preventive action it can. But if it's just a peaceful citizen protest, then this definitely seems to be a lot of extra action, which was possibly not required. Last Wednesday from Indian National Congress, we did a Lal Bazaar Gherav. The police was there to stop us with barricades, and we all got arrested. I got arrested, and then subsequently released. It was a political arrest. However, if police is taking extra precaution today, I'm not sure about the basis of their intelligence report, but if there are intelligence report of violence, then yes, they are well within their right.
That's a response, Chakrabarti, that stops shy of openly accusing your India bloc ally of using a repressive measure of the police to try and quell peaceful protests.
I'm sorry, sir. 10 more seconds. In this particular case, we have not played politics of convenience. From day one, we have been out on the streets agitating. From day one, starting from Rahul Gandhi ji to Priyanka Gandhi ji to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, we have gone all out accusing the state government of the security lapses. However, at the same time, we want peace and we do not want anarchy in the state of West Bengal. West Bengal is not going to be another Bangladesh.
The only point I take away from this is that when it comes for protest securing Ajikar, the Kolkata police decide to have an intel failure or that we didn't anticipate. But when it comes to ensuring that the Chief Minister's office stays secure, the full might of the state police, they're working overground, they're even trying to be proactive as to who exactly are the people who are protesting, why are they protesting, who are they being backed for, and therefore come up with a level of security that we only see in a fortress. Radhika Bhattacharya Shah, who exactly is this Paschim Bongo Chhatra Samaj? Being a Bengali, I've never heard of the student organization. A lot of our political panelists we have spoken to have never heard of the student organization. We don't know who's backing them. In a state like West Bengal, which is heavily driven by cadre-based student outfits, this is an organization that has come out of nowhere, yet it is capable of massing a pretty sizable crowd, as we can see on our screens at this point. Is there merit to what what the state government is saying, that these are essentially satellite outfits that have been floated by the BJP and the left?
Ritang, I think all the comments that have been made so far are rather lame and unacceptable. It doesn't matter who this Paschim Bango Chhatra Samaj is. The fact is that it's a people's movement. It's a movement against the undemocratic regime of the TMC. I can understand that Ms. Meeta Chakraborty is a part of the India Alliance and she must show some sort of empathy towards the TMC. But the fact is that we are in a situation where the TMC government is experiencing the old saying that says, Marta kya nahi karta. The fact that this movement is a people's movement is something that the TMC government has not been able to swallow so far, and they better digest this fact because this movement is not about to stop. I'm not making any parallels to what happened in Bangladesh, but we must remind ourselves that what happened in Bangladesh, irrespective of who backed them, was a people's movement and backed by the youth, the students of Bangladesh. Let us not forget that Bengal has been fed up with the despotic regime of Mamata Banerjee, and people are no longer fearful of the consequences because they've come out in numbers. I don't believe that going into who has backed this Chhatra Samaj or who is which organization, the political party is backing it, doesn't matter. Political parties represent the people of a country. Political parties represent the emotions, the thoughts, and the desires of a party. This is not about to stop. And we would expect someone with Mamata Banerjee's expertise in the political arena and field that she must understand that perhaps the end is near. She better accept it and she moves away gracefully.
Okay, Tawseef Rehman, I'd let you counter that.
Very badly.
I'll sharpen that point into a simple question, Tawseef Rehman. Tawseef Rehman, for Mamata Banerjee of all people, if there's one politician who understands the power of a Jan Andolan or a street fight or a street protest, it should be Mamata Banerjee, because she's someone who's literally risen from the grassroots to where she is right now at the Chief Minister's office because she understands the pulse of the people and she's not been afraid to hit the streets. Why is Mamata Banerjee so afraid of a street agitation, even if it is political? Mamata Banerjee knows how street political protests are carried out. West Bengal is no stranger to these political protests. Why are we seeing a response which, honestly, to my opinion, Tawseef, looks like it is genuinely born out of panic?
Artangshu, I totally respect your question, and you have raised a very particular question and totally respect. And the first part, I really want to thank you again that you let us speak. You know, this is the best part. This show let us speak. Now, yes, absolutely. Mamata Banerjee is a part of protest. I mean, her whole career started with a protest. But Ritangshu, if you can just see the history, I mean, she never used to destroy public properties. She used to get beaten up by CPM. She used to get dragged from the writers' building, and all the history is in front of you. She never created a massacre. She never created a mayhem. She used to sit, she used to fast. She used to do andolan, but that was a kind of protest. Now, this is not a kind of protest,
here. I really don't want to interrupt, but using words like murder, massacre, mayhem, it hasn't happened here.
No.
It happened. So which should have actually been stopped.
Are we waiting for such thing? Because Supreme Court did a lot of phatkar to the Kolkata police regarding the 14th of August. That what you guys were doing, there was no intelligence. You couldn't stop it. And today we are going to do that. Ritangshu, one second. Please don't go away. Please don't go away. Radhika ji was talking about sensational democracy and Mamata has to give up. It's just 3 years before in Ratnagiri, a female nurse got raped by an auto man. He has fled away. I want that. Has she tweeted or not? But anyway, that's not a point because I know the whole focus is for West Bengal. Chhatro Samaj, I mean, the protest is going every day, Ritangshu. The things are just fine while protesting. Every day, there is more than 10 protests in West Bengal. You will not hear anything. But what is this Chhatro Samaj? Is it a public protest? Because the public protest doesn't need any route. The public protest doesn't need any permission. The public protest can happen anytime, 24/7 in West Bengal, in Kolkata, and the Kolkata police has no right to stop them because that's a public protest. But if the protest is politically motivated, then of course, whosoever, whatsoever, and anyone comments from any office or sitting inside the AC room, the Kolkata police and the state government will take its actions, sir, whatsoever.
Again, Tawseef, I don't know whether I agree with that logic. Tomorrow, if I hit the street, the police can easily come and say that I have some political affiliation with some party, even if it's not proved. Even my point is, even if I do have a affiliation with a political party, that doesn't stop me from being a citizen.
Not at all,
Politicians don't come
Ritanshu.
from the sky; they are born like Mamata Banerjee from the people themselves.
Ritanshu,
Kashif,
Ritanshu,
I'm sorry,
what is the problem?
I've heard your point of
Ritanshu,
view, and
30 seconds, Ritanshu, please, 30 seconds. My thing will be done. I guess what is the problem
okay, please
if
write through
this
because I need
protest
to
is
go
so
on. Yeah.
big? I mean, if this protest is so big, if this protest is so important and you have public support as well, I mean, what is the problem if you take a small permission from the West Bengal government or the West Bengal police and you can give your route
Okay,
map
fair
that
enough.
yes, we are marching
Okay,
with
okay.
1 lakh people? What is the problem?
Okay, point taken, point taken. This was a protest which did not take permission. Let me now go across to Dr. Rohan Krishnan for the last word. He's the chairman of the FEMA Doctors Association. Dr. Rohan Krishnan, apologies for keeping you waiting, but there's a reason why I wanted to first let the politicians speak before I come to you for the last word. What we have learned from the process of this entire panel debate is that a protest, if it turns political, is bad and should not be allowed. And there are accusations, has it turned political? No, it hasn't. Even if it has, what is the big deal? And so and so. Is no longer a doctor's protest? And do you feel, as someone who represents the medical association, that this protest or the very genuine anger of the medical fraternity has been hijacked and channelized by political parties for their own gains, either as a form of political protest or in the form of a political response to it?
See, the protest initially started by the doctors' protest, and it is still being continued by doctors' protest. But as you remember that in case of Delhi Nirbhaya's case, general public also came in the support
Yeah.
of the deceased girl, and that is what has happened in Bengal. I think that it is good that people are coming out and speaking about it because she was not just a doctor; she was also a citizen of the India. She was also a citizen of the West Bengal state, and I think
Absolutely.
that it is a good thing. And about suspicion, speculation that this protest would have been turned violent, that you cannot do in any state or in any case. When these protesters are right now not having any kinds of arms, they are not doing any kind of violence, then why the police is doing so much atrocities on them? Apart from that, I was hearing that people are saying that nobody came up for this, that no party came up, that we organizing it or we are supporting it. It happens. It is very common because this is a protest for cause. It is not a protest for any promote any political party or
Exactly.
any organization. The people are walking there for cause. When we called upon protest, when we were expecting 2,000 people, 10,000 people turned up. So this is a protest for cause. And secondly, the about the permission issues, if the government and the does not give you permission, what else options do you have? You have to do your protest. You cannot just stop and see what is going on. So the
True.
situation in Bengal is
True.
very tense, and maybe it is there are some people who are taking political advantage of it. But however, what has happened is that the trust in the government has been lost by the citizens also, because she was not just a doctor, she was not just a chest physician, she was also the citizen of the state, and the state is people from Bengal who are relatives, are our friends. They are speaking about it
Yeah.
that this is something which has happened very bad. It does not now determine to only the doctor community. The media has highlighted this issue like anything because they also felt that this is something which needs to be raised. It is something which needs to be publicized, and people should know about the atrocity. So I don't think that there should be any problem in that. And as we can see in the screen right now, that the protesters
Yeah.
are carrying national flag. There is no violence. They are not burning anything. They are just
Yes.
walking towards. Police should not do all these
So
atrocities on them, which they are doing. Any peaceful
I
protest
leave
should
it
be
at that,
respected,
Dr. Rohan
and you
Krishnan.
cannot attack that when I was doing protest or when Mamata Banerjee ji was doing protest, it was
I
a
agree,
peaceful,
Dr. Krishnan.
and
I'll
now
have to
you
leave
are
it at
doing
that,
protest.
unfortunately.
It
We
is
are
not
running out of time there. But I'm very glad you had the last word and came up with some very powerful points. I think the parallel, more than with Bangladesh, what Dr. Radhika Bhattacharya was suggesting, should be made with what happened in Delhi in 2012 December. It was a spontaneous protest. It happened for days. And the political class was completely caught off guard in terms of underestimating the people's anger. That is a lesson that every politician today, whether it be Mamata Banerjee or anyone else, should bear in mind. Do not underestimate the anger of the people and do not try to trivialize it by calling it politically motivated or not. Having said that, that's all the time we have on this debate. Thank you so much, Tausifur Rahman, Radhika Bhattacharya Shah, Meeta Chakravarti, and Dr. Rohan Krishnan for joining me. We're going to continue to focus on this big debate and the big massive protest that's happening in Kolkata.